Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, beautiful people. My name is Francine, and I'm here with my channel, The Hermetic Herald, here for part 2 of a very popular topic that has been going on mainstream with the media, with so many different outlets like Twitter, YouTube, you name it. It's with regards to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, or Kelce. Both pronunciations I've heard, and I also looked into it, and it seems like he goes by either, at least the name itself, the surname. But I wanted to touch base with their energies again because I want to always come into this as unbiased as possible. And I in my last video did the same thing where I went into depth. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll link it up on the right corner. But I want to look at current energies because that was for the current energy of the time. And I always want to look into what's going on with this duo. Whenever I do a read for celebrities, I like to always flow. I don't like to do the same stagnant thing. It works for some readers, but for me, it does not. I feel like you should always shift with the tides, and I want to just go into this again. But I'm going to do, rather than going into depth like I did in my last reading, that was really interesting. I would recommend looking at that first, but I'd like to go into it with a couple of questions here. So I already felt these two cards strongly. We're going to see what they are. I like writing this out. So I wrote out, let's see what the aura of the situation is right now, currently. Let's look at the areas that need more attention between the two of them. Let's look at what are the areas for growth together? What should they pay closer attention to? Like any advice? And then what is the most likely outcome of this relationship? I'm going to do something I didn't do in the first video for these two, which is focusing on also a time frame. You know, if they are together and if they are seeing each other, what time frame can we expect based on their current trajectory? Free will is always at play, but I like to always give people as much information as possible. So I want to come into this thanks to a really sweet viewer who reached out to me. I want to see what else there is to say about this relationship and this dynamic. Okay, so let's go into it. Let's continue from here. I feel like we already have the aura. We already have the areas that need more attention. We already have the areas of growth. What should they pay closer attention to? What are some specific things they should pay closer attention to, Spirit? Wow. All right. I feel this card as well strongly. So 2 cards for that. And then what is the most likely outcome? What is the most likely outcome, Spirit Team? Whoa. Okay. Another one there. All right, let's get into it. Bottom of the deck is the Death card. Typically, death is about transformation. It's about a lot of major changes coming to someone's life. So they're going to be going through some major changes together. We have the 5 of Wands, which is about differing beliefs or differing thoughts, because usually the 5 of Wands is about there being some battle in regards to their foundation. They might have differing beliefs. We're going to see what comes throughout this reading. But yeah, the 5 of Wands is coming through in the 2 of Cups. They feel interested. There is some spark there, but there also is a need for them to address this 5 of Wands energy of something, of battling perceptions, battling beliefs. So let's look into that. What is the aura surrounding this current situation, Spirit? We have the 6 of Wands. Or the 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles energy is usually about give and take. So right now they're focusing on giving and taking. They're focusing on reciprocity. They're focusing on balance between the two of them, of making sure that they're giving to each other, supporting each other, helping each other, listening to each other. It's about just reciprocity between them right now. What are the areas that need more attention, though? We have the Star. So usually the Star energy, when I see this card as a reader, it tells me that they're needing to pay more attention to the inner feelings, the inner sense of healing of what it is that they need to address in this relationship or whatever this is, this dynamic. The Star is not giving or getting enough attention, so they need to focus in on also their dreams, communicating their dreams and goals, communicating their thoughts, communicating what's going on inside. I feel like they're externally showing each other reciprocity, but internally there needs to be more like expression of their dreams, their hopes, their goals, their aspirations and such, and that can happen later on in a relationship. But I want to just let you guys know that's what we're getting for what areas they need more attention on. It's like looking beyond themselves. Okay, let's see what else is coming through. What are the areas for growth together? Areas for growth together is the Page of Wands. So they're coming through as a very more so immature energy with the page. Typically pages mean like the start of something, as well as the aces. So when you see the Page of Wands as a court card, this is about like a younger energy of pursuing something passionately. Their areas for growth together is to kind of approach this with more of a playful energy. They need to focus in on starting small and not trying to go in too fast if that's what they're trying to do. But they are presenting themselves with an interest. I'm also feeling just a playful energy surrounding this card. So I feel like their areas for growth is to... It seems like their area for growth is to explore this as an option and to let it kind of form on its own. Okay. There needs to be a little bit more fun, because if you notice, the Pentacles is what they have going on. And that's a very stable energy. That's more like being very practical. What they need to focus on is the Star, Major Arcana, right? This is a huge transformative energy, healing energy that they need to focus on. And then what they need to grow into is more playfulness, in the sense of like pursuing something, because usually this is the start of something, which tells me that they're not in a relationship yet. This is more so like communicating what your wants and your needs are in the relationship, of what relationship you would want. So they're communicating on more of the practical aspects of the relationship, but the playfulness is kind of dissipated. It feels more like they're just kind of needing to focus in on these two. Moving forward, what should they pay closer attention to as well? It's temperance, balance. They need to focus on their balance. They need to focus on their scheduling as well, because I feel like with the temperance card, it's about balance in all forms, your work life, your personal life. It's about also your emotions being balanced as well, feeling in control of your emotions. And the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, they need to pay closer attention to, it's like their situations, respectively. Taylor needs to focus in on her home, her family, more so like on her side, like her friends, the people that she looks to, the people that she trusts. She needs to allow herself to focus in on that primarily, as well as Travis. He needs to focus on his home. I feel almost like a separate, distinctive energy between these two. I don't feel this energy of them coming together energetically. Usually that takes time, but some people can really just immediately hit it off and then have this melding of energies. They feel very distinct, and Spirit's saying like, pay close attention to your feelings, your emotions, and how you regulate yourself, and then pay attention to your bounty, to your legacy, to your career path, to your family. So it feels almost like you guys, they need to individually focus on themselves. What is the most likely outcome though? We have the Page of Pentacles and the Magician. First and foremost, their spirit team wants us to know that they have the ability, as we know already. So they're trying to make it known that they can choose what they want with the Magician energy. They can form and create something that can completely blindside people. But the Page of Pentacles is about friendship. The Page of Pentacles is usually about pursuing something prematurely. If this is the outcome for them, it's not going very far. Whenever the outcome is something as introductory as the page, it means that there's hope for friendship, there's hope for some practical relationship in the public eye, in the sense of being companions or being loyal to each other or being kind to each other. But I don't see a love, like a love long term. So that's okay. I mean, I'm not knocking it. It's just similar to what I was getting. This is a little bit more specific for the energies right now, so that's good. We always want to touch in with them, touch base with them, because things can change, you know, trajectories can change, but it feels the same. They're focusing on their balance primarily, guys. And the Page of Pentacles is telling me they're focusing on their craft, and they're also focusing on what this is. Like, they're still trying to figure out what this is. There's not a lot of like solidified energy coming through at all. Okay, and I wanted to get a couple cards, and I feel that card strongly. Well, let's see what they are. This is going to be just an overall energy for them. Building blocks. Yeah, so they're building blocks here. They're starting something. It's not solidified, as we likely, some of you guys will know based on my last reading. We have here also tick-tock, time's ticking. There's a need for some decision to be made. There's a need for something to be solidified, or at least for there to be a conversation to communicate directly. I feel like it's a one-sided thing right now. I feel as though someone's communicated between the two, but there's a need for someone to act. You know, it's like when someone puts the ball in your court and now you're like, okay, what do you want to do? They haven't gotten I don't feel like Travis has gotten an answer yet. I'm just going to be honest with you. I feel like he hasn't gotten an answer, and he's open to the answer. And I think it's just time is ticking. We also have a change in the wind, number 12. So I want to just read those to you guys really quick, because I feel like there's something in there to help us understand this better. Okay. Let's see what's coming through for number 28, a change or building blocks here. It means strong foundations, a beautiful work in progress. Relationship message is, when you see this card, know that you are attracting new relationships in your life and solidifying the ones you already have by building them on the foundations of honesty, humility, clear communication, and a genuine desire to know one another. You are moving toward laying the groundwork for a relationship with a firm footing that will ensure it can withstand any storm. Long-standing relationships are also repaired and strengthened. You and the other person are stronger, wiser, and more powerful together than apart. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I was not expecting that. Let's keep going. 30. Tick-tock. Timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. So the relationship message for this is love, the fulfillment of desire, and even the body's reproductive cycles have their own timetable. Some things are preordained and cannot be coerced. Everything has its season, its divine and appropriate timing, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Remember that you always have enough time for love, to find it, to nurture it, to give and receive it. Its clock is eternal and ticks according to the beating of your heart, in perfect rhythm. Isn't that wonderful to know? Love is always right on time. Divine timing is at play with this relationship. I was saying that in the last reading that there's something about learning lessons with each other. They're going to be learning some really big lessons, specifically Travis. Strongly, he's going to be going through something with regards to his healing process in this relationship. There's something healing about this. It's changing things for him with the change in the wind, I feel like. With number 12, it says, a sense that unseen change has been initiated, preparation for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow. Relationships go through periods where partners seem out of sync with each other, and stormy emotions and moods threaten to take down the ship. Perhaps someone has a change of heart and leaves. These rough seas offer opportunities for mutual growth, a way for you to understand your own heart better, and to know what you need to be truly happy. Rest assured that whatever is happening now, good will come from it. Take temporary shelter and remove yourself from drama. The air will clear and everything will be fresh and new again. This too shall pass. It will be clear to us, guys. They need to focus in on letting the change happen, letting the tides change or shift into the way they're meant to, not forcing it to happen. I feel like they need to allow themselves to address how this is growing and kind of assess it as they're going. I don't feel like it's solidified yet, but the building blocks are coming into play, with the first card being building blocks. It's a matter of time where they have to assess what building blocks are laid out for them. Bottom of the deck here is poised, clean it up, and why? It's about being prepared and poised for what's going to be inevitable and needing to address some really strong questions. I feel like she has to address the question at some point of what she wants. What does Taylor want? I feel like I need to clarify building blocks to make sure that we have a full picture. We have round and round, milk and honey. We also have higher power coming out and co-create. So it's really the question of, do I want to co-create with this person? Do I want to take a leap of faith with come to the edge and say, yeah, let's start something? So the question, okay, the question is all about what do they want to make this? Okay, it's still in production or still in progress. Bottom of the deck was come to the edge, not for you, and deep knowing. I feel like Taylor is going to come to the realization, but I feel like this is still going to show them a process that they needed to go through with regards to any relationship. What do I want to create with this relationship? What is time telling me? Like, what is divine timing doing? What is it showing me about this person before I start something, before it's solidified? You want to open up to when you're looking into a new person, you want to be open to whatever comes through. You don't want to kind of assume that you know the person. It's like letting them show you who they are. And that's what's happening here. We have round and round, meaning that this is going to take on some cyclical energies where it's going to be like them going back and forth. But they know what they want with milk and honey. I feel like both of them have desires, and they're going to communicate what their desires are, and the higher power, divine timing, is going to tell them, can we co-create together? Is this something we should do? So I'm feeling like this is just not solidified yet, but we will see, right? Free will and everything is always to be considered. But let me get a card for a time frame here. Because I want to see what the tea leaves have to say about this dynamic. Excuse the movement here. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors. What messages do you have? We have angel coming through. That is spiritual guidance and protection from harm. They are protected, they are loved, and this will make a lot more sense. Okay, pay attention to your finances. I'm hearing like date nights, like they need to just kind of focus on the experience and not as much on the money. I feel like that's something, like they're both kind of extravagant. Vacation, in the sense of like them having the money to pay for things. I think they need to just focus on the experience together. You should accept valid criticism. Someone here is giving them criticism about the relationship. They might even be saying good luck because we have horseshoe. Or that this is luck for Travis. This opportunity is giving him like some good luck for his career as well. But we have muddled, unclear thinking. They need to be more clear with each other. We also have this card coming through, climbing towards success. And we have this one coming through as well. Solid foundation, success with effort. So they just need to put the effort in. But we have tower coming through twice, building blocks and tower. Bottom of the deck is parting of the ways in either romance or business. They're going to be assessing their tower, but it's a change for the better. And new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. This is a fresh start for both of them. Energetically, they needed this. Let's keep going with, let's get into the time frame. Okay. They're going to experience some temporary problems with regards to the seriousness of this, like people expecting something from this. Let's see. If you guys like this video so far, please feel free to like, share, subscribe. Liking helps people see this video so more people can see what's coming through. So I'm going to go into, is this relationship going to last 2023? Is this relationship going to last 2023? Whatever this is becoming, is there going to be a relationship going into 2023? Just for the rest of 2023, we have the Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady. What else are we getting? Ace of Cups. There's going to be a lot of like care between the two of them and a lot of joy between the two of them. There's not going to be a clear-cut answer right away. I'm getting that they might try to like hold off on an answer for this for the rest of 2023. Queen of Cups, the World, and the Five of Swords. very defensive energies of like, interesting. Queen of Cups is usually like a very loving energy, moving into a new transition here, new period. And being very, yeah, look at that. We have the King and Queen of Cups. I feel like they're the king and queen here. And they're going to be very confrontational. They're going to work together and side together. And they're not going to make it obvious or make it known for people. I feel like they're trying to play around with people. Five of Swords energy is about being victorious. I feel like they're doing this on purpose, of not physically like making it very clear and distinct for people as well. What is the time frame, Spirit, on this, for this relationship to run its course? If that is the trajectory, Spirit, if that is the trajectory, what can we expect with the time frame? We have the Moon. Classic card for when Spirit's trying to say, hey, this is actually not set in stone, so it's hard to even determine it because they haven't even determined what they want to do with this relationship. The Moon is about illusions also. It's about secrets. It's about things being concealed. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Cups, moving into something more emotionally fulfilling. The Sun and the Six of Cups. And I feel like, okay, someone's going back to a past marriage or a past relationship, guys. Is that the case, Spirit? Is Travis going to be going back to an ex or going back to a past relationship? Is Travis going to end up going back to a previous relationship or a past relationship? Let's see what's coming through. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Is Travis going to be going into a past relationship? Just one more clarifying card on that. Okay. The World. Wow. Usually when the Five of Pentacles is in reverse, that typically means either when someone feels isolated, like extremely isolated, where they feel left out in the dark, or it's about bringing something back up. Usually the Five of Pentacles can really depend on the situation, but the World is here. The World is usually about moving into a new cycle. Bottom of the deck here is the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Death card. Is Travis returning to a previous relationship? Because the Six of Cups is here, Spirit. Is Travis returning to a previous relationship at the end of this? Just for clarification again. Okay, we had one fall. Five of Swords. No, he's very combative. So he's over that. So this is very interesting when we have the answer to this being moving into something more fulfilling, more emotionally fulfilling for both of them. Them having a lot of joy and also having this like, they're very like, I don't know, there's a sincerity about this relationship, a sincerity where they feel like giving to each other, because the Six of Cups makes me think of like when someone's giving to another person, charity, love. So it seems as though it's a very friendly relationship. It's a very like, it's almost like a camaraderie, you know, celebrating together. So I don't see this being like, yeah, I don't see another person in the mix in the sense of like them, Travis specifically, going back to someone. Can you give me a time frame that's going to be very pivotal for this relationship? What's a time frame that's going to be very pivotal for this dynamic? The Moon came through, so it's still being formed. But right now, what is the, whoa. All right, we have three. So we have the first one. We have a couple. May is significant. November, April, September, and February. So what I'm getting from this here is that this is going to be going on for a bit. There's going to be a period where it slows down in November. But when I see September, February, it means it's going into next year. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors. Is this relationship going to be moving forward into 2024? Is this relationship going to be moving into 2024? Yeah, it's going to be moving into 2024. Is there anything else you'd like to say about this moving into 2024? Wow. So we have the Eight of Wands. It's going to take some time, slow and steady, because the Eight of Wands is usually upright, is about fast, quick movement. Eight of Wands in reverse would tell me that there might not be a lot of communication or movement happening on the outside. You're not going to hear about it too much. there's going to be a lull where there's just going to be not many people talking about it. They're just kind of like doing their own thing. I think the media tends to bring things up and then people forget when they stop. Let's see what else is coming through. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's going to be slow. A slow relationship here. It's going to be something that happens behind the scenes. It's going to be something that communication is just going, we're not going to hear about this for a little bit, even though it's going to be happening behind the scenes. Wow, what a weird reading. It's because it's not solidified. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors. Of the 12 months that we received, what's a very pivotal month for this, for a decision to be made? Wow, December. So a decision's going to be made in December for them. Yeah, so we have at the bottom September. They started talking about what are they doing? Like, what is happening here this month? They started talking about it, and December is when they're going to start really solidifying what it is that they're doing. Hey guys, so just as an addition to what we already channeled earlier, this is still today, September 24th, 2023. I wanted to touch base on a specific month that's going to be very significant in 2024 with regards to either this fading out or it being known to us of what's going to happen between these two. Is there a specific month, Spirit, that you'd like to highlight for something really pivotal for either the ending of this relationship or of something really big coming out? What is that month? We have 2 months coming through. We have April and we also have August. So there's something that's going to be happening in this time frame, April, August. You're going to start hearing, with the bottom of the deck being July, you're going to start hearing in Leo season something coming out. April is also significant, so there may be some media covering the subject again, and then it won't like end until August. So between April and August is significant. Please provide clarification on what's happening. What's happening in April? Okay, we have the Queen of Swords, communication, clarity from Taylor's end, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. So we're going to be hearing communication on what she wants, what she feels, and what she thinks about this. She likely will speak on it. And we also have the Queen of Pentacles, an opportunity coming for her as well in... yeah, I feel like her generosity is coming up again. She's gonna be addressing something in regards to her generosity in some endeavor for him. I think it was for helping him in some way. We're gonna hear about it in April. And it's going to be with the bottom of the deck, the Page of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, and King of Pentacles. That's King and Queen of Pentacles, guys. So that tells me that it's gonna be about some opportunity, about something falling on her lap, some opportunity coming in for her in April. This is so ahead in the future, so I would love to hear about this in the future and see what comes to pass. Is there anything else you'd like to say about April, Spirit? We have one card coming through, the 7 of Swords. So let me just back this up for you guys. 7 of Swords energy is usually about secrets, so it seems as though she's going to be sharing some secrets, sharing what this was, and about how it helped or assisted Travis in some way, because I feel like that's coming through. Something successful came through this, and it was some plan. They work together for the moment in this situation. It feels like it's something business related here. Is that what's happening, Spirit? Please help me understand this. Is that what's going on? Is there some form of a business type relationship with this dynamic here between them? Justice. Yeah, it's definitely about balance. They're bringing karmic retribution to both of their career paths, and she's going to be more open and talking about that as well. That doesn't have to be all of what this relationship entails, but it definitely entails something about their business. Success is here with the 6 of Wands, the King of Wands, the Magician. Yeah, so there's something she's going to share in regards to the dynamic between these two. And I'm hearing money. Money wasn't involved in some way. What is August about? What would you like to say about August? What can we expect, Spirit, in August? I'm hearing the number 8. So the 4 of Pentacles in reverse is here. 4 of Pentacles in reverse is about opening up, being more open. I'm hearing web, so that's interesting. Opening up a web. opening up like a lot of information and insight to people and communicating it with the Eight of Wands and the Ten of Swords. She's going to get something off of her chest, guys, and it's going to help her feel free, to feel more weightless, to feel more excited for the future. So she's going to let go of something. At the end, both of them are going to be letting go of something. I feel like they're going to communicate about this relationship and about its ending in August. Yeah, look at that. That was their current energy as of today. So it feels like they're going to be looking at balance, about how they feel at balance once more. Judgment here. Wow. These two cards are coming through. We have the Chariot and the Fool, starting over, and the Ten of Pentacles. So they're going to be focusing in on their respective career paths, their respective dreams and goals. There's not going to be some sense, I feel, of hard feelings, but they're going to communicate in April, starting in April of next year, about this whole thing. And that's going to give us some insight on what was going on behind closed doors. I don't know how much they're going to share, but I feel like Taylor is. August is going to be more of them ending things and making it very clear that they're on to bigger and better things. So that is my timeline, extended timeline for this. I feel like this will still go into the rest of the year. So expect to hear about it this year and then for it to taper off next year. So that is what I have for you guys today. I hope this helps in any way, shape, or form, giving you an understanding of the current energies as of today, September 24th, 2023, going forward. If you have anything else that you would like to share, please feel free to put in the comments below. I will be coming back with other readings, but for now, this is what I have. Exclusive content is going to be found on my Buy Me a Coffee, where I go in depth, way more in depth than this. And I also would like to tell you guys about my personal readings. So feel free to reach out there if you would like a reading for your situation. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.